Hey guys, I wanted to show you all my new display case. Compliments of Jeff Parker. He hooked me up with a really cool display case here. Most of everything here is Civil War period. I do have some more modern stuff in here too, but most of it's Civil War relics. And it's not everything I've dug over the past couple of years, but it's the cooler stuff, the more important items are in here. I'll start out with these smaller cases here. I have some harmonica reeds, bullets, pocket knives. Here is a complete Civil War spur, the only complete spur I've dug. Pretty cool lock there. This smaller one here, I have some knapsack hooks. There's a J hook there and a triangle knapsack hook. Pretty cool rosette. Several different types of buttons. One of these buttons in here is a Volta-Gear button, which is a pretty rare button to find. I believe it's that one there if this camera will focus. There it is. See the V? That was a pretty cool button to find there. And up here there's some wheat pennies in those tubes there. There's an assortment of carved bullets. Some of these, like that 69 caliber, were carved into chess pieces. And there's a couple carved into pencils, and these are soldiers' wedding bands, wedding rings. This here, this star piece, that's it's not Civil War period, but the soldiers of the Civil War it was like an anniversary of the war. I believe the name was GAR, G-A-R. I'm not really sure what the abbreviation is for right now. You guys can look it up. Look up GAR. I believe that piece was from 1900, 1901, something like that. Have some coins over here. A couple of silver Washington quarters. A silver Roosevelt dime. These are all Indian heads. A couple of them are Civil War period. I have some V nickels, shield nickels. A couple of seated Liberty dimes. These are war nickels up here, which were, I believe, 35% silver. Over here, I know you guys can't hardly see it, but it'd take me forever to take everything out of the case and focus on it. But there's a token dates back to Civil War. It's a bar token. That small one there, it's a counterfeit gold dollar coin, which was pretty cool to find. And a couple buffalo nickels, some mercury dimes. There's a fork, and that piece there, that's a butter knife that I dug out of a Civil War camp. And let's see. Here's some Civil War sword hangers. These here are sword hangers. I believe this here was some type of knapsack hook. Both of these here. Here is another type of sword hanger. And here's another type over here. A few different types of sword hangers. I have a couple of US bit bosses. These went on the horse bits. Pretty cool finds. This was an eagle breastplate, which it's fallen apart, some pieces now. This here was off of a cavalry sword. This is like the piece that came off the handle there, the hand guard, I guess you'd call it, off of a cavalry sword. Here's a complete Spencer bullet. These are kind of tough to find. Usually they've corroded and fell apart, but this one here is complete. Here's a pocket watch chain, a soldier's pocket watch. Pretty neat find. These are carbine sling belt hooks. I've got several of these floating around. I have a couple of belt buckles. This is the US buckle. Pretty good shape. Kind of has a dent in it right there. Other than that, the lead backing's all there. The hooks are all there, which is just awesome. It's hard to find these in that good a shape. This here is an eagle sword buckle. These would have went on the sword belt rigs. It is missing the applied silver wreath. There was a silver wreath that went around here that is missing. Other than that, it's pretty good shape. This is an ID stamp from Corporal William Day. If I can turn it right there. From the 13th Missouri Cavalry, Company I believe, says on there. Has cross cannons on one side. There's a steamboat that says St. Louis over here on the other side. That's a really cool find there. That's a one of a kind. And there's a little bat wing right there. These are bugle-horn mouthpieces. Have 3 of those. One actually I just dug today. I believe is that one there. I have some of my better buttons. I have infantry, cavalry, and staff officer buttons in here. Like these here. These are staff officer buttons. If I can get this camera to focus. They have quite a bit of gold gilt still left on them. I have one Missouri State Seal button. That's the first Missouri State Seal I've ever dug. And I believe Confederates actually wore these. So that was a really good find there. Here's a sporting button. Sportsman's button, I believe they're called. A couple of hunting dogs. I believe this was a civilian button, but I found it in a Civil War camp. And I have several bullets. These 2 jars here, these are the Star Carbine bullets. You guys watched any of my previous videos, you've seen the Star Carbines, I'm sure. I dig a lot of these around Rolla, Phelps County area. And let's see, there's assortment of 3 ringers, mini balls. There's 69, 58, and 54 caliber. Here's some pocket knives. There's a coin purse. I thought there was actually going to be a coin in the hole with it because I had another signal, but it was actually a 3-ringer. This here, I hear back and forth on this hammer. I've been told it's an artillery hammer, but some guys say that it's like a crate hammer. I hear back and forth. Either way, it was from the Civil War, so it's a really cool find. I have a couple jars full of buttons. I have probably around 200 buttons I've dug. But these jars here are full of buttons. There's a stirrup there. I've actually got 2 stirrups. The other one is way better shape, and I'm not sure where it's at right now. I think it's out in my garage somewhere. Another jar full of bullets. There's all kinds of different bullets. There's Burnside, Ringtail Sharp, Colt, Smith, all kinds of different bullets in that jar there. There's a jar with a lot of button backs. And there's some Spencer casings, Burnside casings, toe taps, heel plates, some little buckles and stuff back there. I have a couple of tops to a powder flask. This here is actually a powder flask. It has a guy standing there with, I don't know if it's a cane or what that is, and there's a dog on the other end. It may be a leash, but it almost looks like he's poking the dog with a cane. I'm not really sure. I haven't figured that out, but it's a really cool powder flask. There's a lock back there, Civil War period padlock. There's some camp lead and some fired bullets. Here's a couple of silver rings I've dug and a gold watch. I actually have a gold ring somewhere. I didn't put it in there. I don't know why. Right here, these are musket balls. There's, I think, a few bucking balls in there and some 69, 58 caliber round balls. But anyway, pretty cool case. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it. I think looks really good in displaying these relics in this case. And hopefully here soon I'll be able to make some new videos out in the field. Past couple little hunts I've done, I didn't make any videos. I wasn't out there very long, and it's been pretty hot, so once the weather cools down, we get into the fall and winter time, I'll be out there quite a bit. I have some really good camps that I need to detect that I know they're untouched. There's stuff in there, but it's just the brush is too thick. It's just too hot right now. So hopefully when the weather cools down, I'll be able to get quite a few new videos out there for you guys. All right, see y'all later.